Inboard so hurt my feelings. Tear down my sense of self-esteem, if you think you can manage it. You look like a bullet dodged by a recovering addict. Do airlines charge you extra for those bags under your eyes? I thought you were shirtless. I'm glad you were not. Show some respect. She did win her trailer park's beauty pageant. You look like someone tried to draw Angel in a jolly from memory. Not a roast. Do you sleep in a nest made of towels? You look like daddy issues. What was it like growing up in competition with your mother because of your father's subconscious attraction to you? And I thought Pete Davidson had butthole eyes, but damn, you take it to an entire new level. Your head looks like an uncooked bean. You look like a female version of E.T. You look like a young grandma. Sometimes when I draw people, I mess up the eyes and they don't line up properly. You look like one of my failed drawings. I post on Reddit for an ego boost. Knock me down a ton of pegs please. Ironically, you're going to get more upvotes for keeping your clothes on. I'm honestly impressed you've managed to be so narcissistic, while also being so utterly unremarkable. Wearing new shirts featuring old bands isn't going to make your dad relate to you more. When you can't even get 100 upvotes for your nudes in a community of over 2 million, you're just roasting yourself. Okay, I'm just going to come out and say it. I don't believe that you actually saw Led Zeppelin in 1975. Give it to me. Really please, turn down the charm. The constant hamming it up in the photos is driving me crazy. Does MTF stand for Millhouse to female? Velma from Scooby don't. You look like you drugged yourself, but unfortunately no guy wants to take advantage of you after you passed out. Brother's glass is so thick it takes 4 days for his brain to process what his eyes are seeing. Can you please tell me how many molecules are on a typical McNugget? Glass is that thick, and you still can't see what gender you are. I mean, can you try to look less appealing? You look and move like a snail. If you're standing in direct sunlight, holding your head at a certain angle makes you a fire hazard. Brother's parents cry every night. What's it like looking through time and space into other dimensions? Ironically, I wish that I had poor eyesight as well, so I couldn't see your pictures. Don't look so excited. She says her ego is justified. Prove her wrong. We can use your forehead for harvesting solar energy. Yoko oh no. The 3 golden faces at the back told us what we need to know. The only raw meat she gets is sashimi. I hope she wasn't bragging about being a snappy dresser. Her clothes look like the rug at the Thai restaurant down the road. Fork and spoon. She is a traitor. Her face is flatter than the ones on the wall. How much signal I need to cut across 8 lanes of traffic? None. I turn now. Good luck everybody else. I wonder what was more disappointing for your parents, when you were born a girl, or when you grew up into the body of a boy. 23. Just landed my dream job. Lost about 20 kilograms. Roast me harder than my friends do for collecting model aircraft. You look like a toddler cosplaying his dad. You probably tell your friends you sleep with models and you tell women you're in aviation. 1 plane for every year as a virgin. Congrats on the weight loss. Was it a requirement to get that toilet boy job in your average San Francisco bar? Is 23 which chromosome you have extra off? Congratulations on losing 20 kgs. Your ex did better by losing 100 kgs of dead weight. You look like you genuinely have Down syndrome. Even got a little chubby hand. So for that reason I'm not going to roast you. Congrats on the dream job. It's great to have something that gives your life meaning for 8 to 10 hours a day, especially because the remaining hours are clearly an empty soulless experience for you. If you're collecting model planes now, I can't wait to see what your midlife crisis brings. All of those accomplishments costed nothing but your hairline GG. We are the hottest opticians you've ever seen. The one on the right belongs on the casting couch, the one on the left needs to crawl back under it. I beg to differ. You're both just pretty enough to wrongfully convince yourselves the other one is the ugly friend. I'm guessing that only applies before your patients get their prescription glasses. My friend wants to know why she's still single. Cause she looks like Joaquin Phoenix. Why do you use Mario mustaches as your eyebrows? She is single because she is in my league. Because the sheet of paper she's holding has more curves than she does. I'm 48 and tired of being self-confident all my life. Make it burn. Ellen really let herself go. This is a guy that moans during his annual prostate exam. You look like you have married a computer. You look like an aunt who going through a transition. You look like you're ready to leave the Shire and go on a grand adventure with some dwarves and a wizard. You look like my grandma. 48. Damn, you have some city miles on you. If you're self-confident, then I'm confident you need to check your eye prescription. How much can you know about yourself if you've never been roasted? How much can you know about yourself when you can't even look at yourself in a mirror? All I know is that left eye of yours is focused on the spacecraft that just dropped you off and left. You look like an unsalted almond. Did your last relationship not work out because you couldn't stop seeing someone on the side? One eye's going to the store, the other one's coming back with the groceries. You'd make a great security guard. You can watch the front and back entrances at the same time. I'm going to hug a blind person today, knowing they have the benefit of never having to see this face. You look like you have no restrictions in the distance you are allowed to move on a chessboard, but it is limited to diagonal movement only. We make the best couple. Destroy us. That's because you both grew up in the same household. Don't face swap next time. This is just gross. Hostages don't usually smile. She must have Stockholm Syndrome. As long as neither of you procreate, sure. Best couple. Your kid will have 2 heads. 28. UK. Bored on a Sunday night, so please, do your best/worst. Didn't need to say you were from the UK. The makeup and tacky outfits made it obvious. You're not fooling anyone with those gym clothes. You're on the 300-pound train, and there's no getting off. 100% guarantee there's video of you pissing on a sidewalk in one of those Manchester nightlife videos. Man, you look like you'd be passed around more than a blunt. You look like a teacher who complains when her students are playing hard to get. Something tells me you would win a hot dog eating contest. Single mother starter pack. You are 50% of the reason the English were the best sailors in the world, and you ate the other 50%. 24 years old, working at a vacuum shop to get through college. My name literally means pale and fair-haired. I'm guessing you lock the door and test the vacuums a lot. Clever cover-up whilst you fabricate a device to harvest souls, you ginger succubus. You look like if Tom Holland wasted his life. Your job sucks just as much as you do. Tells his mom not to disturb him when he's cleaning his room. Looks like you use the vacuums to style your hair. My girlfriend thinks she's too hot for this. Knock her down a peg, or 5. Never seen a hillbilly transsexual before. Thanks for uploading this. You guys live in a town, no, county of 12 people. How could she think she's hot, unless she's never left the family compound? Dude, you're supposed to post a pic of your GF, not yourself. Plainer than vanilla yogurt. Not hot, barely lukewarm. She looks like how flower water would taste. In a sea full of beautiful fish, you grab the hypodermic needle floating in the bay. If she was a meal, she would be a moldy piece of white bread and a glass of tap water. You know when you touch some so cold it burns you? I think that's what she meant. What shade of unemployment is your hair? You look like Miss Piggy fell into a barrel of Easter egg dye. A real garbage pail kid. The most shocking/disturbing thing about you is the engagement ring. You look like you draw your freckles on, so you can actually be different from your alcoholic druggies that you call friends. The Grinch regurgitated. Thanks for watching, you grass eating animals. See you soon. Bye and love you.